Welcome to the Stop Down Photography Podcast, Episode 6. I'm your host, Scott Davenport. Today's topic, harness the energy of others. Hey everyone, Scott here. Thanks for spending a few minutes of your day with me and tuning into the podcast. In last week's episode, I touched on the topic of creative ruts, which every photographer has. And if you listened last week, you know that I'm in a valley of sorts with my photography. Not exactly a creative rut. If you missed last week's episode, hit pause, go have a listen. I'll be here when you get back. So anyway, the notion of creative ruts has been bouncing around my mind since last week's episode. And I realized one of the ways that I've dealt with creative ruts in the past is to harness the energy of others. So what do I mean by that, harness the energy of others? For many of us, photography is a solo endeavor. Camera work happens alone. Culling, editing happens alone. A typical photographer spends a lot of time by themselves, and I know that's true for me. And creatively, that can be draining. When I think back to creative ruts that I've been in, a way that I've wriggled out of them is to make a commitment to meet up with another photographer. Really simple, really effective. How it plays out psychologically for me. All right, I'm in a rut. I'm uninspired. I can't find a subject that interests me. I don't want to go out with the camera, whatever it is. But if I make an appointment with someone, I'm generally going to keep it. So I look for a local meetup, or for a photo walk, reach out to some photo friends, or just tell other people, I'm going to be at this place at this time. Maybe you want to join me. Let's just get out with the cameras, make some photos. If another photographer suggests a different place or a different location, I'm open to all of those things. Remember, I'm in a creative rut. I'm trying to shake things up, shake things loose, and get back into the groove with my camera. Now, when that day comes, when that appointment time and date shows up, even if I don't feel like using my camera, I'm going to that meeting. I don't want to be the guy that doesn't show up or the person that lets somebody else down by not meeting up. I'm harnessing the energy of these other photographers to get myself back out with the camera. Even if it's begrudgingly so, I really didn't want to shoot that day. I'm not going to be the person that skips out and flakes on an appointment. I don't want to be the person to let other people down. And they've carved out time from their schedule to meet up and go make some photos. I'm not going to skip out on that just because I don't feel like it, right? So what happens next? Well, a few things. You start talking shop with the other photographers. You hear about the work they're doing or new techniques they're exploring. Maybe they've got a new lens or a new style of shooting that they're experimenting with. The creative ideas get exchanged. Advice gets exchanged. I get to watch other people work, see what they see, and see what I didn't see at a particular location. You get out of your own headspace. And eventually, you'll probably take a few photos as well. You've come that far, you're already out there, you may as well take the photo. It's kind of like if you saw Forrest Gump, where he goes running across the country. He started by running across town and kind of said, well, I've gone this far, I may as well keep running. It's kind of like that. You're out there, you've got your camera in your hand, there's a bunch of other people taking photos. You may as well take a photo as well. And it's one step out of the rut. Again, tapping into the energy of other photographers. They've got it, and so you can leverage that to at least get yourself back out trying to make the next photo. Another angle on harnessing the energy of others is through virtual camera clubs. Even if you can't physically meet up with other photographers, if you're part of an online community that's sharing photos, the notion works the same way. You're in a rut, you may not be inspired, but members of your virtual camera club want to see your work. They want to see your photos, and you can tap into that mind space. The people in the club want me to take this next photo. They want me to share what I see. I do this as well for things that I do with YouTube. And I'll share my stories on YouTube. I share stories on this podcast now. I post regularly. I don't want to let people down by missing a week or not posting a portion of a shoot because I just didn't feel like it. Or sometimes I'll think I'll be finishing up at a location and then I see something across the street or something a block away and well, yeah, I think I should go over there and take that photo too because, quote unquote, the internet wants me to take that photo, wants me to share the video. So you can tap into the energy of the virtual community of photographers as well as ones that might be in your hometown. So the next time you're feeling uninspired or in a rut, reach out to a fellow photographer, find someone else to go shoot with, harness their energy, and move yourself forward. In reading through the photo news, I found a couple of stories that connect with this notion of harnessing the energy of others. The first one is on the phoblographer.com. So it's like photographer and blog combined in that word. Check the show notes. I've got a link to it. It's why photographers should go shooting with each other on photo walks. And it echoes a lot of the same notions and thoughts that I've shared here, where you're just going to connect with other creative people and it's going to spark ideas for your own work, for your own creativity. Another article on SLR Lounge entitled Why Attend WPPI 2020, it echoes these same types of things, connecting with peers in your industry, other creatives, and sparking new ideas for both your photography and your business in the case of WPPI. I'm actually spacing on the acronym. Is it Wedding and Portrait Photographers International? Something to that effect. It's geared toward photographers that do weddings or portrait shoots or headshots, things like that. If you're one of those photographers, it sounds like a good conference. It's not in my wheelhouse, so I've never gone, but I do like the notion of connecting with other creatives, and that's a great way to do it. There's a conference going on in your area, even if it's not as large as WPPI. It's a good one to tap into as well to fill that creative bank, right? It seems to be becoming a recurring theme here on the podcast. Fill that creative bank. I haven't shared much studio news recently because honestly, there's not too much to share. The space that I'm in is still pretty much the same. I still have nothing up on the walls. Like, I really got to get to that. I've been heads down on a few projects that I'll needing to deliver over the next 6 to 8 weeks or so. So those have been keeping me kind of busy. And I guess that's a good sign. You know, I remember talking with another photographer a few years back who had admitted they were so behind in keeping their portfolio up to date because they were busy with current projects and client commitments. So maybe that's a good sign that if you're busy with your photography, whether you are doing it as a job or you're doing it just for your own pleasure and you're out there and you're making that next photo and other things are kind of off to the side, that's okay. That kind of tells you what's important to you and what you want to spend your time on. So maybe in the next episode I'll have something meaningful to share about what's been going on in the studio sphere as these projects take shape. I can share a little more details about them. Oh, maybe I can also issue a challenge to you for this week. Take a thoughtful photo and share it with a community that you're part of, whether it's local photographers, immediate friends, an online community. If you're in a rut, take a thoughtful photo. And what I mean by that is not just take a snap of your feet sitting in a chair or, stick the camera out the window and shoot toward the sky through a tree or something. Think about the photo, capture it, and then share it. Because there are people around you that want to see your next photo. Tap into that energy. If you're a member on Patreon, use me as the person that wants to see your next photo. Put the photo in the Patreon forum. If you want critique or commentary on it, add that to the post, and I'll be happy to look at your photo and give you some thoughts. That's just one way I like to thank Patreon members. It's your support that makes this podcast possible and helps thousands of other photographers enjoy photography. If you're interested in what's going on in the Patreon community, check the show notes. There's a button on every page of stopdownpodcast.com where you can learn more about it. Well, that wraps up this week's episode. I've got another topic I'm excited to talk about next week, so I hope you will subscribe to the podcast, come back for next week's episode. And if you enjoyed today's podcast, please share it with a friend. Tell your photo community about the Stop Down Photography Podcast. You can rate and review it on Apple Podcasts. That really helps raise the visibility of this podcast. And you can find episodes everywhere you get podcasts. Google, Stitcher, Spotify, stopdownpodcast.com. Wherever you get your podcasts, you'll find this feed. And until next time, my name is Scott Davenport. Have fun.